You know, it can be hard to capture the look of superheroes in a live-action film, and while costumes today have generally gotten much better than their predecessors, I still kind of cringe whenever I see that a hero very obviously had to put on eye paint under their mask or cowl before they went out to fight crime. Lots of characters in the comics have their eyes completely whited out under their masks, and it makes them look so freaking cool! But how did that become a trend in the first place? Welcome to Comic Misconceptions, I'm Scott, and this is part 4 of our 4-part series exploring the history behind why superheroes are designed the way that they are. If you missed the other 3, I'll put links to them right up in the corner and in the description below, so you can go check them out. First and foremost, yes, I am well aware that Eris from Variant already did this video. Don't worry, I'm not trying to upstage him or steal his views. He already knows I'm making this video. We're all friends here. Plus, there's really some interesting history that he left out of his video that I think absolutely warrants another go at it. The initial question I think we should ask is whether the white eyes are simply an artistic choice, or if the characters are truly seen that way by other people in the comics. An interesting theory I've read is that drawing someone like Batman, for instance, with white eyes isn't literally how he appears, but rather how criminals see him. And you know criminals. They're a superstitious and cowardly lot. This would suggest that interpretations of the character with regular eyes, the live-action adaptations, or the Arkham games, for instance, are the more accurate depictions. Batman doesn't really have white eyes when he puts on his cowl, but the artists draw it that way because it's cooler and more menacing. However, this is not the case. It's been shown a few times in the comics that the characters are definitely aware of their white eyes. When Wally West became the Flash, he adopted the white eye design into his costume, which differed from Barry Allen's costume that showed his true eyes underneath. Wally even had a conversation with Barry about the costume choice. Side note, I know that this wasn't actually Barry, but rather a time-traveling Professor Zoom. We talked about it here. Doesn't really impact the video though, so I'm just gonna go on pretending like it was indeed Barry. So, Barry comments on Wally's decision to add white eyes to his Flash suit in Volume 2, issue number 74, saying that they'll take some time for him to get used to. He also adds that he's personally against it because he believes that people can trust you more if they can see your eyes. Not too long afterwards, Wally switches to a mask that shows his eyes. He explains in issue number 133 that, quote, "those white Batman eyes were never really him anyway." This means that characters in the comics literally do have white eyes when they put on masks. But this does vary from character to character and artist to artist. Nightwing, Carol Danvers, Green Lantern, they've all flip-flopped between having irises showing through their masks and having blank white eyes. Even Batman himself has been drawn without white eyes, most notably by Alex Ross, who is famous for his realistic painted art style. Ross always drew Batman with normal eyes. Okay, so that's some information, but it doesn't really answer the question of why. Why do superheroes have white eyes? How did that trope start? As with the trope of heroes wearing skin-tight costumes, it's believed to have started with the pulp hero, the Phantom. The Phantom was the first one to wear a domino mask sporting white eyes, and his popularity inspired other heroes after him. The character's creator, Lee Falk, explained that he gave the Phantom white eyes because he was inspired by ancient Greek busts that didn't show the subject's irises. He said the look of them made them feel a bit inhuman, which made for a great addition to his character. Then I guess the human hive mind decided that it looked cool, so everyone started doing it. Interestingly enough, Greek statues originally did have irises. Not only that, but they were painted in full color. The paint weathered away over time, and now we just think of them as being plain white marble. Another reason why that view persists is in large part thanks to the archaeologists who discovered a lot of ancient Greek statues during the Renaissance. During that time, solid white marble symbolized the modern way of thinking. They could see that the statues they were uncovering had color, but they were purposefully choosing to ignore it because it clashed with their current culture. This view of Greek art prevailed, and it now seems really weird to imagine them as painted in full bright colors, like Brinkmann's exhibit, Gods in Color, which used light and chemical analyses to figure out how the statues probably actually looked like to the Greeks at the time. And as you can see, they most certainly had colored-in irises. Nevertheless, the view of the plain white busts led to Lee Falk getting inspired to include the white eye design in the Phantom, which in turn inspired other artists to incorporate the design into other comic book characters. And that is why superheroes often have white eyes. But now I want to know what you guys think about all this. Do you like comic book characters having white eyes, or do you prefer them to show their plain old peepers naturally? Click on one to cast your vote. When you click, you'll be taken back to our channel page where you can watch some more of our edutaining comic book videos that explore the history, science, and and philosophy behind your favorite superheroes. And if you like what you see, you can subscribe so you don't miss out on the other videos we put out each week. So click on an image to vote right now. I want to know what you guys think. Eyes or no eyes? Vote now.